Hello, Weebs and Normies. Welcome to the Anime Club. I'm Graham.
And I'm George.
George, Soul Leveling is off to such a freaking great start. I have been genuinely impressed with this season so far. Again, like I said last time, I'm a hard man to please when it comes to my entertainment. So this is genuinely surprising. I really thought that this show would be a little bit more generic, but I really like a lot of things they're doing. I've seen some comments. I've seen the comments saying that, like, Graham, you don't like generic anime power fantasies, but you're liking solo leveling, a hypocrite much? There definitely is power fantasy aspects to this show, but there's more going on than just that. There's like an underlying kind of morality to his killing of other people. Now, they didn't touch on it too much, but they did hit on it this time at least a little bit. So I think, it still has the chance to turn into more of a traditional power fantasy, and that's all we're really focusing on is the power fantasy aspects. But there's also enough going on, and there's some pretty good world building as well. Not like incredible, but good enough that I think generally we're looking at a all-around really good show that's not, I would say, generic enough to warrant saying that it's just a generic power fantasy. How are you feeling about the show overall?
I'm really enjoying it. I like you. I think the underlying morality stuff that's happening, kind of the will he slip into the darker side, the whole thing with the system and what that entails. Like, just our minds were blown last episode when the dude could talk. And then also when he tried to tell him some information that the system didn't want him to know, and the dude, the elf was reset.
What that means, was crazy, dude.
Yeah, exactly. So I haven't seen any power fantasy anime, but from your description of it, I don't feel like that'd be something that'd be present in something like that. So I don't know. I have high hopes for the show. I don't think they'd take such time to include things like this if their main goal was to do kind of power fantasy stuff.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever watch any overtly power fantasy based anime. They're just like really generic. I could think of like a couple off the top of my head. But like, I don't think we'd ever watch those kind of shows. They're kind of just so generic and boring. There's like, it's almost hard to describe because on a surface level, it does seem very similar to a show like this. You know what's a great example actually of a power fantasy done really right is One Punch Man. Right? It's so easy for One Punch Man to be seen as just like, well, yeah, it's just OP main character. It's really boring, whatever. But it's not about, like, yes, it's a main
the power
is
of the secondary
story. Right,
to
but
the
it's
thing.
Yeah, the characters and even Saitama's journey as an OP hero is what's central to everything, right? That's what makes the show, right? So just because that exists doesn't make it a power fantasy. And just because, Sung is really freaking strong doesn't necessarily mean that this is just a power fantasy. There are other aspects of the show going on here that I think cause the show to be more than just something kind of generic in that aspect. So that's why I like it. I'm glad that it has it and that we're both kind of picking up on it.
Yeah. And I don't necessarily hate the generic stuff. I don't always gravitate to generic stuff, but sometimes you're just in the mood. Like a perfect example of this, I don't know if you've seen the movie San Andreas. It's with The Rock. And it's just like a generic disaster movie. There's a huge earthquake and it causes like a huge tsunami and there's destruction everywhere. And it's with The Rock, so the acting isn't like the top tier acting and everything. But, it's got destruction, explosions, action, suspense, all in like the most generic form factor you can possibly imagine. And I love that movie, dude. I saw it when I was in the right mindset. I knew exactly what I was getting, namely because The Rock was like the lead.
True, yeah.
And you just make some popcorn, you sit back, relax. You don't have to think too much. You just enjoy it. And, it's generic, but I think generic stuff has its place. It's not the thing I want all the time, but I certainly do enjoy it now and then.
Yeah, that's true. I do enjoy some generic stuff. I would say I'm much more resistant to that. Like, it's super generic. Any movie with The Rock, for me, that would be like an unappealing. It would be too generic and too boring for me, too straightforward. It's not that I need things to be like mind blowing and like twists at every turn or anything like that. I just need to have something a little bit more for me personally. And that's why I think that solo leveling is clearly doing more, because I would be, if it was just a power fantasy, I would be not interested, right? It's doing a little bit more in an interesting way. There's another anime, and maybe people will get really upset for me saying this, called Shangri-La. And it's about like a guy who's in an MMO, and I thought that was much more generic than something like this. And they have some similar parallels. It's not 100%, but it's like game-like stuff. And so, yeah, like I don't know. It's a fine line. Everyone will draw their own line of where they think the power fantasy and generic is. But for now, I'm just glad we're really enjoying it. And I am genuinely excited to see what's happening, not just in this episode, but for the whole season.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of questions that I want to know the answers to, and they're just barely starting to open the faucet. So I'm excited. All right. Let's see what this episode has in store.
All right, let's do it. Jeez. Okay, they're getting slaughtered.
They're in one of the C rank dungeons. Oh, he's seeing the shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy. Oh.
Wow.
Oh, that's so cool.
There's so much. Yeah, they're so obedient.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, no way. They mine for him as well. Of course.
I didn't even think about that.
Of course.
He's got nothing to do now.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Aww.
Oh, he seems surprised. Interesting.
Yeah.
It's almost like the shadow thing did it by itself.
Yeah. It seems like that these shadows still maintain some level of personality, like a high level of personality, but at the same time they're like totally obedient. I kind of dig that. That's actually sick.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. What is this? This is a dungeon in America?
Is he living in here, I wonder?
I'm human. I want to go.
He has been living in here. I freaking knew it.
What?
I freaking knew it. When I saw that guy.
Oh, that's another dungeon. Okay, I just realized what's happening. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I saw them all dressed up in like knight's garb, so I was like, okay, it must be a gate. But then this guy's wearing something totally different, and they don't know each other. I bet he's been in here for a freaking long time.
Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting. A guy who's been living in a gate. I wonder if he has made any improvements in his rank by being in a gate for so long.
But okay, so how did the reason I didn't go immediately to gate though is because isn't there some sort of mechanic where if the gate isn't closed after a while,
when you kill the boss, the gates close automatically. But yes, also if the gate's been in existence for a while, it eventually shatters,
breaks,
and
right?
everything pours out.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. Actually, I didn't even think about that.
But I mean, the dude that was speaking English clearly is in a hunter attire.
Yeah.
So it's safe to assume it's a gate, right? But,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I wonder if he's not. I mean, there's a possibility he's not human.
Yeah, and it's also possible maybe like he was stuck in a second door of a gate, right? In a double dungeon. And he got stuck in the B part, right? The offshoot dungeon, and it just reconnected now to another dungeon somehow.
Yeah, possible. Yeah, or something. Maybe he's been like traveling from like gate zone to gate zone before they open or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Interesting. Another really interesting thing though that they brought up.
Oh, frick.
That's sad. True, sounds like he's been more of a brother than his actual brother.
Yeah, true.
Wow.
Dang. It's not gonna work.
What is he thinking? Yeah, like what? How does he respond to this?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow, that's
Wow.
nice.
Okay.
Is this him? Okay, he
Oh.
was taken in.
身元は分かったのか。国外のハンターだと主張しています。10年前、ゲートに閉じ込められて。
Yeah,
Okay.
you're right. He was trapped.
気づいたらアメリカのゲートと繋がっていたとの供述です。
Oh,
No way.
発音が少し難しいのですが、イルファン・ソンというそうです。
Song.
Sung.
Same last name.
Yeah, what?
Maybe it's just that's like a really common name in Korea.
Could be.
友達とだって。
いつ彼女できたのよ。
She freaking grins to herself after.
This is where he's coming. Okay.
Oh, frick.
ケルベロスと戦った時のレベルは
Okay.
そこそこだった。今のレベルは当時
3 times that.
He's 60 now.
クリア条件は悪魔の魂1万個。
お、
そんなにいるのか。
A lot.
Huh, I
You to
wonder
level
what
up from
the
that.
今回
Yeah, and I wonder what the nature of these souls is.
僕にユジンギルドを任せてください。兄さんのやり方は後で必ず。
分かった。お前に任せてみる。
Oh, what?
Okay.
That
He got it.
fast?
条件がある。
Can't use Gene. You can't use
例のレ
Song.
ッドゲート以降、白虎ギルド
Ah.
はソンハンターの
He has to have them.
動いていると
So he wants, yeah, he wants
Okay.
him.
Oh,
どういうわけか悪魔から
Frick. I want to read these.
oh, he
'cause
can't extract. The mana is contaminated.
contaminated. Job skill shadow extract is not available.
There's different types of entities that give off different types of
Yeah.
mana.
Entry permit? To the building? Second floor, okay.
侵入許可書。
Ah.
なるほど。あそこで使えってことね。それにしても広いダンジョンだな。
It's really big.
Jeez.
What the heck? He's gonna get him to carry him?
Oh my gosh, dude.
It's a mount?
さてと。
Yeah, it is a mount.
It is a mount.
That's great. Oh,
面倒なやつだ。
he's gonna fight and carry him? Oh my gosh.
Jeez. Okay. Yeah, these guys literally are fodder.
Yeah, right? Oh, this is the S rank girl. Oh, dang, she is
Yeah.
S rank.
ヘインさんだ。珍しい
My gosh.
相変わらず綺麗。
Freaking dude.
なぜ例の羽ありの情報を一般公開せず、一部のものだけに。
To not incite panic?
了解の指示です。
Yeah, that's the most likely thing, I think.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
obvious.
大丈夫。悪魔の城が元のタワーと同じ構造なら100階まで存在することに
100
100
floors.
floors?
たどり着く頃にどれくらいの強さになっているのか
Yeah, true. He's leveling up along the way.
何よりし
Oh, frick. Oh, we're speeding up here. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
seriously.
Okay. Wow. All right, and we're
Okay.
果たしてどこまでいけるか
done. Oh,
Oh,
sick. Oh, can we get these guys maybe?
yeah. Are they demons or are they like armor? Oh, that's so
Let's
sick. He
go.
just calls his army.
The red one's mine. Oh,
Oh,
he's red. 50th floor.
jeez.
Let's go.
This is like the mini boss, maybe halfway up the whole
maybe. It could be
dungeon.
the top.
蹴散らしてしまう
I forget what red means. That he's
Red
like
means it's
slightly
above, his
above.
level. Yeah.
Okay. Jeez. Igris is so sick, dude.
Yeah.
He's so cool.
それにしてもあいつはいつまで座ってんだ
He's just waiting.
こっちから仕掛けてさっさと
No way! Holy frick, dude, he's fast.
Whoa, I did not expect him to move that fast.
Yeah, what? The big boy that moves so fast.
Wow. With
Bro.
his fist.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got the berserker stance. Okay.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
That- you can
that's
do
cool.
that? that's
That's
amazing.
cool.
hope, but I don't know.
Yeah, you hope so, right?
Oh, he parried with the shield. That's sick. I don't think so.
Oh, what? What is
Oh,
that?
he parried it with the telekinesis.
Oh. Oh, jeez, dude.
Jeez, it's so fast.
Yeah, what?
Is he gonna make it fall on him, or?
Yeah, what is he doing? I don't know, man. This guy.
Oh,
Oh,
what?
okay, let's go. Is he actually dead, though?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
He got
Dang
a
it.
piece.
What did he get?
He got. I think that was one of the items. One of the 3 items
Oh,
that he needed.
Okay.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
黙ってろっつったろ。人類はゲートとモンスターについてどれくらい知っている？
Oh boy.
Bro, what a question.
モンスターについてどれくらい知っている？何の話だそれ？ダンジョンゲートモンスター。
Just a tip of the iceberg.
What does that mean?
Huh?
Talking about Song?
Yeah, is he?
それ以上は言えない。で、俺の目的はその災いを防ぐこと。
Is this like sung from the future or something?
Oh, jeez, that's an interesting thought.
数を集めてもあの力の前では無意味。食われて利用されるだけだ。君もそこそこ強いよ。
He's talking about Sung.
Holy frick.
息子の名前を覚えているか？ジン。
Oh,
It's his dad?
そのさっきは。お前の質問には答えねえっつったろ。答えて。
What?
いや答えねえ。遺言があればあの世に行って自分で伝えろ。
oh frick.
Bro, what is
Wow.
happening?
The
What is
freaking info
happening?
dump there was crazy.
Yeah, what?
こうなるとは思わなかっただろう。アンデッドの恐怖を感じるのか。
Dude, they're really playing him up to be some sort of
Jeez.
villain right now.
Yeah, what? No way, is this after they fought?
No way.
一瞬で
Jeez.
さあファンが負けた。被害の
Dang, he got wrecked.
早く。
What?
Oh, bro, what is happening right now?
さっきの骸骨から手に入れた首飾り。
Oh boy, dude, he's
What do
putting on
these
this
do?
like
単体の性能もいいが、セット効果が
Oh,
強い。
it could be a set bonus?
Set bonus.
表示から俺自身は使いどころがないが、幸いこれは譲渡可能。魔
Okay.
法兵に持たせれば魔法の威力を2倍にできる。
Wow.
So he can give items to his
クエスト
his
報酬
team.
で選んだ呪われたラン
Oh, he got the quest, or the cursed loot box.
一度は入手機会を失ったかと焦ったが、うすうす気づいてたか
Oh
ら。
no,
Another
another
key.
key.
Dude.
詳細不明？いつどこで使うんだ？
Ah, what?
まあでも、今
When
回
the required conditions are met. Dang.
50回、貪欲なるボルカンから手に入れた。
Okay, yeah, so there's the tree
Yeah.
fragment. Yeah.
75回、亡霊の引導者メトゥスから手に入れた。
Okay,
Okay.
so then the 100th floor.
命の浸水3つの素材のうち、
Last one's got to be at the very top then.
あと1つ。あと1つで母さんを。
Yeah, well, Dad showed up.
必ず。
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Dad's
leaving.
back. So he must be able to return. Ah, and it's over. He
Frick.
must be able to return exactly to this floor instead of starting at the bottom.
Yeah, he must be able to. Okay, dude, we gotta talk about whatever the frick just happened.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
he's saying, so this guy is probably his dad, right?
It's gotta be. The reason I
it's
said is this sung from the future was because the jaw and the eyes look just like him right now.
Sure.
So I was like, okay, this is him.
I think that's a possibility. I think it's like the second possibility to him being the father.
Oh, I think it's the father for sure,
Yeah,
for a fact.
yeah.
Now, just based on what they said. Yeah, but I'm saying like I said that because
Sure.
he looks so similar.
Yeah.
And then the reason is it's because it's his dad.
But how could he
And
possibly
clearly-
know? How could he possibly know?
He's an agent of the system or outside of the system, or either way, I'm assuming he has the ability to level up. He wrecked the S rank, dude. Freaking, he bodied him, right?
They said it was instantaneous.
Yes, yeah, he bodied. So he's like SSS rank or whatever, right? Let's say S rank is level 100. This dude's level like 250. Okay.
Oh my gosh, man.
So
he was missing an arm. Do you see like half of his arm was just cut off?
was he missing or was it just like behind?
I think it was cut off. I was looking at it. I was
It
like,
might
I
be
think
cut
that's
off then.
sliced.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked to me like it was behind something, but it
Yeah,
could be
but it
cut
could
off
be
too.
either.
Either way, the fact remains he got bodied.
Bodied.
So what else am I supposed to think besides the fact that he's got the ability to level up?
Yeah, so potentially his dad went into a double dungeon maybe and then got the ability to level, but then got stuck, then leveled up a lot. Or there's two factions. There's the system and then there's the gates, and that's like two kind of different factions, and he's kind of on the gate faction for some reason somehow, right? That could be another thing. He's been in there for so long that he... like, I don't know, he figured some stuff out about the gates. He said, like, the gates are just the tip of the iceberg, right? We don't know necessarily that the gates and the system are connected on the same team. It's generally implied. There's a lot of, like, overlap between the two, but it's not necessarily the case. The other thing, the biggest mystery is, how does he know that that's the case, right? Does he know that his son has this ability, or does he just know that someone with the system powers will come and he knows what those powers will entail and how grossly overpowered they can become over time, either because he has it or he's fought like something that in the past maybe? I don't understand how he has like future vision of that. But then the question is, if he knows about the powers, does he know that it's his son that has the powers or not? It seems like he may
that's
not.
a good question. Yeah. So the fact that he said, it doesn't matter how strong anyone is, he'll just be able to use
Them
that
against
strength
you.
against us.
Yeah.
He must know that he's got the Arise power.
Right.
I don't know how many different subclasses there are. I don't know if his only job change option was the Arise thing, the Necromancer, essentially.
Right.
I'm assuming there were many other options, and he just happened to choose the Necromancer. So based off that assumption, the dad's got to know exactly like who he's up against. Maybe not the fact that it's his son, but he knows that this individual has these skills and these things.
Yeah, because Song didn't really have a choice though when he leveled up or he went for that job change quest. It just gave him that one job, and then he had done so well. They're like, oh well, you get the advanced job, Monarch, Shadow Monarch, and it was just like,
that's what it was. Yeah.
He's like, oh okay, sure, yeah, like I'll take it, I guess, right? So he didn't really get the choice. It seems like I assumed that it was going to be like a video game where you just get to pick your class and stuff like that. But now reflecting back, the system kind of led him down a path. And the system doesn't seem as like benevolent and potentially wanting to help him out as we thought.
True.
It seems like the system is trying to create him into their own whatever they want him to be kind of thing. Yeah. And then he starts getting, and then we talked about this before, but like, then you start throwing Sung some quests about doing all sorts of bad things. And, you know, we talked about that a lot in season 1. And then you're in freaking big trouble because who knows what Sung does at that point.
And last time we talked about the fact that it was last time or the episode before, but either way, that he's got, the system has full control over him. It has the ability to stop his heart from beating. So at a certain point, it's like, I could be 1,000 levels deep, but it doesn't matter
Right.
if my
Right.
heart stops beating, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
um
Yeah. But
dang,
it's like,
there's
okay, so if
so
he
many
gets,
things, so many questions.
yeah, right. If he gets that strong where he becomes like, let's say he gets to level like 1,000, he's just like unstoppable. He's getting these quests to like do these unspeakable horrors. Does Sung does he snap awake and realize that like he's become the villain? And then he's like, well, the only one who can stop me is me. And then he just doesn't do the quest and then he's freaking out. But then it's like, what are we doing at this point? Like, what is solo leveling even at this point, right? Like, what is the show
Yeah.
about? The main character's dead now. Like, what's going on, right?
Yeah.
So I don't
Yeah.
freaking know, man.
I mean, from a outside of like the show, just from like a what's the right thing to do? Yeah. Like if the system is making you level a city, freaking millions of people dead, bro, just
Yeah.
take the L. Just don't do
Go
it.
crazy. Yeah.
Like, I mean, at that point, like, what else, right? I know there's like self-preservation inside everyone, but I'd like to think if I was faced with that choice, I'd just be like, all right,
Not gonna
been
massacre
a good run,
nation.
everybody. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like,
Yeah, it's been a good run, but that's it. I'm out.
yeah.
Um, But you know, who knows how anyone would actually react in that situation,
Right.
especially when you start introducing things like, oh, well, we got the Jeju Island, and yeah, maybe the system is making you kill 1 million people here, but if you stay alive, you can potentially save 10 million by
Yeah.
destroying the island, right? And so
Yeah.
like all these things, and like at what you know, what point you draw the line and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
But yeah.
man, it seems like the show is relentless of adding like layers of what's going on behind the scenes and intrigue,
Yeah,
which I'm
it's
really
wild,
appreciating.
dude.
Like it feels like it's just like, okay, we get one episode like last week we had an episode where the enemies are talking and there's like some more like layers brought onto it, and I thought, okay, this is going to be like, you know, there's the power fantasy aspect, and then there's like something really going on beyond the surface, right? And so
Yeah,
I
the world
thought
building
the world building, and I thought, okay, that's it then. Like this world building that we got is what it's going to be about, and then, you know, we're not really going to get much more. It's going to stick now to the mostly the power fantasy, and they're going to drop little tidbits here and there, but they're like A/B plotting the frick out of this. Like there's the power
Yeah.
fantasy in the A, and then this other stuff, this intrigue stuff about what's really going on behind what we can see is like a full-on, consistently moving plot thing. It's not like something in the back that they'll get to eventually. Like it is happening right now, real time. That's something I did not expect from this show, and I'm really impressed.
I mean, even in this episode too, when he started doing the dungeon, I was like, okay, like we're chilling out on the mystery aspect, and we're just
Yes.
he's just gonna go through dungeons, but gonna be cool, gonna be action, but that's
Right.
it. But no, they bring his dad in, dude. What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not
All
letting
right.
up. It's crazy.
Yeah, and does the mom actually have I forget what it's called, but like the disease of the gates? Or is it something, you know, because she was around, excuse me, the dad, like is he, for lack of a better term, like radioactive in some sense? Is he like different, right? Because the son
Right.
clearly is different. And I say different, like did Jin-woo, did he go into the double dungeon by accident, right? Like, was it just random chance, everything that happened?
Right.
Or no, Jin-woo was there and suddenly the double dungeon happens because he was like literally chosen, right?
Right.
Um,
Or he's got like,
So, like-
something like innate to his bloodline, like messed with the gate itself, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
because the
exactly.
existence of his dad in this scenario, it just calls in so many other questions, like so many other
Yeah.
questions. And then another thing I thought of when he was leaving that dungeon, he's at floor 75. He's almost to the top. He's going to get this elixir that'll save his mom. Well, if he goes out of the dungeon and encounters with his father, and his father wants to freaking end him, his father's hopefully already going to be conflicted about killing his son, or he may interact with his son and may not even realize that his son has these powers. We don't know the level of
True.
like knowledge that the father
Yeah.
will have and how he's going to be able to detect this. Like, will he just know because that's just like he's just that strong, he can perceive that, or he's part of the system and he knows, or he has extra power, who knows? Or if he does know and he's like, son, I got to kill you, and he's like, but dad, hold on, I got to do these next 25 floors to get this elixir for mom. And what's the dad's reaction to that going to be? Like, okay, but then if you let him go do that, Sung's going to get stronger. He's going to level up, right? So it's like, okay, I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy. It's very interesting. There's a lot of interesting pieces being placed much more rapidly than I ever expected them to be placing them.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And so going off what you were just saying, as far as we know, Sung is the only one, or Jin-woo is the only one that can sense the level and strength of other people, right? That's not like a thing everyone can do. Okay.
Yeah, because they have to use machines for that, right? They have to use machines to assess the ranks and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so I wonder if the dad, if he's just more regular and would never be able to tell, right? He's just like, I can tell my son's strong, but I can't say like, oh no, this is his power level.
Right. Yeah. Like he could have this overwhelming triple S rank, like level of power, but that doesn't say anything of technique, right? That's totally different, right? You could be super strong and you can overcome technique most of the time if you have overwhelming strength. But if you're not able, like you said, if you're able to see just like, oh, well, my son's strong, or maybe he had a double awakening, I mean, he'd probably be a little sus on that. But I'm really freaking interested to see. I mean, with how breakneck the speed is of the show, and it's not even like it's too fast. Like the pacing right now is immaculate. I wonder if we'll get an interaction between the two just this next episode. Like we know Jin-woo is leaving this dungeon, right? And we know his dad is like at large essentially right now. So I wonder, or maybe his dad will be in hiding and that'll make it so they can't meet up kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah. And then it also, like, the nature of the gates really brings into question the fact that he disappeared in Korea and he came out in America. Like, did he walk that entire distance within dungeons? It's possible. He was in there for 10 freaking years, a whole decade. Or is it more like they're wormholes and you know, he just traveled that distance but not actually physically. Yeah. And then there's also the thing, like, I assumed this dungeon thing that he was in was farmable, but it sounds like it's not. It sounds like he does it once, beats it, and then that's it. It's over. So he can't continually farm the elixir of life, which maybe from a storytelling perspective is actually kind of good.
Wait, you were under the assumption he was going to be farming this thing?
Well, so I thought it was going to be like, I thought it was going to be crazy strong and crazy difficult. And so it wasn't going to be like a thing that's like easily farmable. But if he's like, all right, I'm going to take a week off and just like do this, then maybe he could farm some of the items out.
I see. I wasn't expecting that. I was thinking this is a one-time gig.
Well, I mean, it's confirmed now, or soft confirmed at least. So there's only going to be one elixir of life in play. Which brings a lot of interesting limitations because yes, he's going to want to use it on his mom, but I can foresee that there's a potential where he's like, I'm dying. There's nothing else I can do. I'm dying. I just fought my dad and I got to live. And he drinks it, right?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I can't imagine, like, he's got to be weaker than the S rank that just got insta-gibbed. So I can't imagine there's being a scenario where he lives through an encounter with his dad. That being said, in theory, like, for the story's sake, you could have a situation where he gets obliterated by his dad before he gives the drink to the mom. The dad thinks he's dead, but at the last moment before he dies, he drinks that elixir and then hides away in secret. And then the dad thinks he's dead while he continues to like level up in the shadows kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of different angles. Dang. It's very interesting.
Even not fighting his dad. He could be fighting this other S rank, whatever his name is. Because I'm pretty sure he's not S rank yet. Right? Sung is?
No, I think he's in A now.
Rank? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well.
It's hard to say because, like, okay, he was 20 and then he was like 30-ish when he was assessing himself, 30, maybe 40 at most when he was assessing himself as like high B. So like he's easily in A, mid A, maybe high A. I don't think he's S rank yet. Like I feel like that's gonna kind of be like
I
a
don't think he's S rank
a
either.
realization that the show kind of gives to us, and it's gonna be like very obvious in our face.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
Okay. What an episode, dude.
Yeah. Really good. The
All
show's
right.
surprising me a lot. I like it.
Yeah,
It's good.
really good stuff. It's nonstop. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like, I know what's happening, but at the same time, I know what's happening moment to moment, but I don't know
Right.
what's happening in the like overall
Mhm.
plot. And I want to find out.
Yeah.
Great show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our reaction. This was a fantastic episode. I think Soul Leveling's been 3 out of 3 this whole season.
Yep.
So
100%.
if
Yeah,
they
they're
keep
knocking
it
it out
up,
of the
man,
park.
this might be an S tier season, and it ends with him getting S rank. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
right.
with that said, if you guys want to check out our other stuff 2 weeks ahead of time, go ahead and check out Patreon and our channel membership, and hit that subscribe button so we can keep bringing you content like this. But with that, we'll see you guys next time.
See you, everybody.
Take care.